Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. This is Political Lens. The Supreme Court has reserved judgment in a suit filed by 10 PDP governed states, now 9 because Delta State pulled out of that suit, challenging President Bola Tinubu's declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State. The case stems from the March 2025 suspension of Governor Sim Fubara, his deputy, and the State House of Assembly, with Tinubu appointing a sole administrator, retired Admiral Ibo Kete-Ibas, to govern the state for 6 months. But the PDP states are not questioning the president's general power to declare a state of emergency, but are challenging the legality of suspending elected officials, the governor and the members of the House of Assembly, and installing an unelected administrator in a civilian dispensation. Well, they argue that Tinubu's actions violate the 1999 Constitution and undermine democratic structures. The federal government, through the Attorney General of the Federation, defended the president's actions, citing the severity of the political crisis in Rivers and describing the emergency rule as necessary to restore peace and protect democracy. While the National Assembly also supported the president's stance. After hearing arguments from both sides, the Supreme Court panel, led by Justice Inyang Okoro, stated that judgment has been reserved and will be delivered at a later date to be communicated to the parties involved. Barrister, let's start with you telling us the meaning of judgment has been reserved. Interpret it legally for us. When they say judgment has been reserved, what does that mean?
It's a word, the reservation of judgment.
Okay, like when you reserve,
they will communicate date. They will communicate date to you.
Barrister, you are smiling.
I'm smiling.
Why are you laughing?
I'm smiling because I'm just I'm waiting for the Supreme Court to rule on the suit or to give their judgment. Yes. So when they reserve their judgment, it means that they reserve date. That date will be communicated.
No, but Barrister, we understand
yes.
the English language of it.
Yes.
But what is the legal what are the legal implications?
I don't think there's
are there legal political implications to all of
it's a highly volatile octane political landmine. You understand? That will change the narrative. That will change or may change that narrative that has been expanded in under Section 305. So a lot of interest groups are interested. Political interest group, lawyers, intending politicians, future presidents and governors, they are interested in what the Supreme Court will rule, because this is the only court with that power in the land. Now, what that means is that any decision they take there, we have serious effect, negatively or positively, on some people. So ordinarily, you cannot expect that they will just come out and rule without doing some consultations with their books. Don't get me wrong, with their books, authorities, and calling consultants to come and help them prepare their briefs or give them their opinion. Let me use the word. So it's a sensitive, it's going to change the landscape and land whatever of
But Barrister, if I understand the angle that you are coming from, I also know that this case was filed in the life of the state of emergency.
Yes.
So are you telling us that within the 4 months, within the life of the state of emergency, that the Supreme Court justices didn't consult their books, didn't make enough consultations, with legal items?
They do it.
So why are they?
They do it. You see, let me tell you. I am not saying, but I read some books somewhere that say that some of these, if you write in judgments or whatever, justice, yes, number one. But public opinion, perception, adds a little whatever to it. Whether it's going to cause uprising, it's going to cause some problems by your judgment. In Sri Lanka, it's the Supreme Court judgment that created that uprising there. So they are always very careful. That is why you see most of the people at the Supreme Court, it's not that I say about 55-year-old people, being as judges. It should be for sages, people that are politically dead, statesmen. You understand? That is what the Supreme Court should be. For people that are politically dead. Because that is what Abraham Lincoln said. He said the greatest statesman is he that is politically dead. He does not have politics. He is just there for justice. So they have to be very careful. When you are giving judgments, rulings, there are rulings that have turned community upside down. The moment it was delivered, they burn everywhere because some didn't accept it. There are rulings that have been delivered, people get killed. So they have to be very careful.
Okay, but
so Section 305 that they are asking the Supreme Court to periscope is deeper than what we think here. It's deeper than what we think here. 2 presidents have manipulated. Let me not even be uncharitable with my words. 2 presidents have used the powers beyond what is expected under the Constitution. Obasanjo did and Tinubu did. And the more they use it, the more ferocity the act gathers. Like Obasanjo's own. Jonathan wanted, but somehow they extinguished it. But Tinubu came. There might be another president that will come. Tinubu even did say 6 months. He allows 6 months to pass. He still gives him 6 months, which means he can still extend under 6 months. Another president might enter and also get square as for people. He extends for 1 year.
Okay,
and it becomes a problem. So it's a very sensitive section.
Very sensitive. I like that word, very sensitive. But so while growing up, while in secondary school and at the university level, up onto the level I've gone to, I was always taught that, like the lady lawyer, Justicia, that it is blind. Barrister, isn't the law supposed to be blind? Is it supposed to be at the whims and caprices of society? What people like, what people don't like.
In Africa,
why do we have political judgment?
If you look
when
at
the law is supposed to be blind?
If you look at the statue, Justicia, a lady, is it not so? Yes. Is it a black woman or a white one?
Barrister is a lady.
No, I'm asking you. But I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
In Africa, justice has 4 eyes and they are wide open. If you talk about justice in the Greek era, in Pontius Pilate time, where the man said, I wash my hands off, whatever as case may be. In Africa, people must know that justice is not only, justice eyes are so many, so their eyes are open because they are appointed by somebody. He who pays the piper dictates the tune. How will justice not be blind if a sitting governor has a right to nominate who become the CG of the state?
Is that an African thing?
I'm giving you an example.
Okay.
Why will justice eyes not be open? And justice can even eat nkwobi and drink, a beverage. If the president can determine who becomes the CJN of Nigeria. Didn't you see what happened in Rivers State? I was there. The courts were locked for close to a year plus because the governor and the AJC had issues on who should become the CJ of the state. The governor had a candidate, and AJC had their candidate. So now, when the governor's man now goes and now becomes the CJ of the state, are you going to tie the man's eye? Is it not through connection, through phone?
All right, but Barrister, we are almost out of time.
So justice the eyes of justice is very wide open, even bigger. Eyes.
Let me ask you, and I would like for you to be very straight, to the point, because we are almost out of time and we still have another topic to cover. As a lawyer, do you think that the president has the powers? Does the Constitution confer him the powers to remove a sitting governor based on declaration of a state of emergency? Straight off.
The president, I've said it a number of times, the president does not have the powers to remove
a sitting governor.
Understood. Because they were both elected.
Okay, now beautiful. Barrister, a magistrate court in Kuje, Abuja has ordered the remand of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Aloy Jimako, his brother Prince Emmanuel Kanu, and 10 others for their involvement in the #Free Nnamdi Kanu now protest held in Abuja. They were arrested by the police and charged with inciting disturbance and violating a court order. Well, court documents allege that the group blocked traffic, disrupted public order, and chanted songs demanding the release of the recent IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu. The police stated that the protest breached public peace and will be prosecuted accordingly. Well, the incident has heightened tension as it comes ahead of Kanu's scheduled court appearance on Thursday. That's tomorrow. The supporters allege a coordinated effort by state institutions to frustrate his legal proceedings and suppress activism related to his prolonged detention. Barrister Aloy Ejimako was arrested with Kanu's brother alongside 10 other people for protesting #Free Nnamdi Kanu. The police said there was an order stopping them from protesting. Moile Showore says we didn't see any order. We were not served of any order. When you don't serve somebody an order, is that law supposed to be binding on that person?
The point I really don't understand. Police are always quick to enforce orders of this nature with the speed of light and thunder. But when you have orders waiting for execution, they are slow as a tortoise. So this gives me goose pimples. 2, I will not periscope. I don't know the child because the police have a number. You see, the Nigerian policeman is the most powerful policeman in the whole world. By that particular section 4, thereabout 24, they gave the Police Act that gives the police. He says, so even if the police is by the street corner drinking alcohol, if his intuition tells you that the man passing through is going to commit a crime, he has the right to call him and say, you are whatever, I suspect you, let's go to our station. That is what they are doing, overzealousness. So when you see police, when police come, they will give you charges. When you get to the police station, that you know that police know more charges than lawyers. They will tell you, they'll go and bring the old criminal code or whatever and put it there, add it and say it's whatever. You go there and defend yourself. The moment they take you to that court, they wash their hands up. It's left for you to go and defend yourself. The second question is this: why do we like for simple offenses? And you say that we are a civilized nation. You detain somebody, you keep the man in a box called cell, as you keep lion or goats inside a particular whatever, waiting when they are to be slaughtered. It is not treason. Disturbing public order, etc. Are these not bailable offenses? Are they not supposed for... The police has the right to investigate and do whatever they want to do. But the intrinsic right to protest is embedded in all Nigerians. Apart from that, Section 36 of 5 says that the presumption of innocence. Section 35 talks about liberty. You cannot take it away at your whims and caprices, except the court so say. So why are they taking joy in keeping people behind bars awaiting trial? Why can't they, look at the man and say, okay, they release you on bail, come back on Monday? Why do you do that grandstanding, showing that braggadocio, the Nestorian braggadocio?
Okay, all right.
Of the average cop in Nigeria. Yeah.
Barrister,
that is what is happening here.
Let's talk about the politics of it. And I'd like for you to put together a concluding thoughts with this. Were you in support of the protest to release Nnamdi Kanu? Politically, do you think it will have any impact?
It's not going to have any impact, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Okay. Because if it's going to have impact, we don't even need to have people begin to be on the street protesting.
Okay, all right, Barrister.
Because we have said it a number of times that in Nnamdi Kanu's case, in my opinion, needs a political solution than legal.
Right, Barrister, I think we'll expand this conversation by next week, Wednesday, and I hope to have you then. I must say a very big thank you to you, Barrister.
Thank you so much.
Adams. This would be a good place to anchor this conversation. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Always a pleasure.
Intellectually engaging.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Political lens.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now, on behalf of the backroom staff, the technical director, bus manager, south engineer, and the ingest manager, I am Chukuma Okoro. Up next is issues within Nnamdi and Ndomdi. Stay with us and don't go away. Bye for now and enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock on the morning show.